White House trade advisor Peter Navarro has intensified criticism of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He called out Prime Minister Modi's engagement with Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping at the SCO a strategic misstep. Navarro urged Prime Minister Modi to strengthen ties with the US instead of Russia. The remarks come amid escalating trade tensions between Washington and New Delhi, driven by a 50% US tariff on Indian goods and India's continued purchases of discounted Russian crude oil. Navarro pointed to India's high tariffs, labeling the country as imposing the highest rates among major economies, and accused India of profiting by refining Russian oil and also selling it globally at premium prices. Navarro also questioned India's geopolitical balancing act, given its long history of conflict with China, contrasting India's stance with other trade partners who have engaged more cooperatively with the US. He warned that the US will not tolerate unfair trade practices going forward. So after reassuring word coming in from Scott Bessent, we have another statement that has come in from Peter Navarro. Yet another day, yet another jibe towards India. This time, he has again criticized Prime Minister Narendra Modi, also called out his recent engagement at the SCO summit with Putin and Xi Jinping a strategic misstep of India. He urged Prime Minister Modi to strengthen ties with the US instead of Russia. Also, these continuous jibes from Peter Navarro are coming in amidst the trade tensions escalating between Washington as well as New Delhi. A recent post also made by Donald Trump, surprisingly on the very day when Prime Minister Modi, Putin and Xi Jinping's photo went viral on all the social media handles. At the moment, the relationship between, as far as the trade relationship, in fact, between India and also the US is concerned, it's driven by 50% US tariff on Indian goods, and India's continued purchases of discounted Russian crude oil has agitated the administration in US to several folds. Navarro pointed to India's high tariffs, labeling the country as imposing the highest rates among major economies, and accused India of profiting by refining Russian crude oil and selling it globally at premium prices. India has kept its stance from the very beginning very clear that this time around it's about thinking about our nation first. We will not get arm twisted by any kind of external pressure coming our way. A very successful Prime Minister Modi's visit to Japan, and post that a very successful meet at the SCO summit with the global leaders, including Russian President as well as Chinese President.